Hello, everybody. I just want to give a little bit of a warning that I recorded the audio horribly for this episode. I did the best to fix it with AI. Just a warning to headphone users. Take care.
Like, I think this was maybe a day or two before a show. And you came to rehearsal, you're like, yeah, I have another song you want to play at the show. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I have to come up with parts now. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that one
And
came out fast.
It
It
came
just
together
like
probably in a rehearsal.
yeah.
That one really flowed out of me, but I can't seem to replicate that.
You have been
My
recently,
Cat.
not well. It's
Way
not
off.
that fast. Not that fast. That's definitely the fastest that I've
Yeah.
written a
It's a
song.
slower song.
I wrote that song in like a day. And like other songs, like I come up with.
Sinking
Like,
Feeling was pretty fast too.
That is
Actually,
true.
there was the second verse but then
That's always what happens,
once
though.
like you got the first thing on the second verse, like that one came out and like
it's just you really have to hit like a spark. Like
Yeah.
I feel like. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's never really any telling when that's gonna be. Like it could be like within hours. It could be
Normally
weeks to like months. Like before
and you gotta roll with
song
it. Like you gotta roll with it
feels-
until it's dead. Because like if you like stop halfway through like trying to write a song and like you're still kind of feeling it, like I always say that you should like write it into a point where you aren't liking it anymore. Then like that's when you take a step back and like let it breathe and hit
Go
it
to
again.
sleep.
Yeah.
The next morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally that shit hits for me at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're right about, because I was talking with Baron about this. Is just like he can't make music unless like he really has a reason for it. Unless like it really hits him, there's no point to doing it. It's almost like therapy to him.
Yeah.
And, like he describes drums as dancing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way about it, but yeah.
I really see that.
But it is interesting. The type of dancing that drums is like it's the type of dancing that you see people do where it's like they're not trained dancers, but they're like just losing it, they're like
Yeah.
and they're moving their body in crazy ways, and it's not like the crazy like professional shit, but
Oh, you'll see more of that later tonight. Huh?
yeah.
I don't know how your neck survives a single show.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've seen you perform a couple times now, I believe. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's definitely different with this type of music than with but even with Rosie's stuff, like I watch videos of me like keeping like a chill groove and like my head's still like
Yeah.
like
You're still back there, like you're still going pretty hard. And I'm always trying. I'm gonna try really hard tonight, but it's always difficult to get like the drummer in a good picture in a good moment.
Yeah,
it's always hard because I mean they are moving so much that like you'll take the picture, but then you caught it at just like a split second too late, so it looks funny and they have a weird face or whatever, But if you can catch it perfectly, it looks so good, and it's hard to get that. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna try a lot hard.
We did a Halloween show a couple years ago, and there was like a bunch of cobweb. It was at a Cadence, so the drums were in the corner, and there was a bunch of cobwebs back there.
Yeah.
And someone got this perfect like boomerang live video of when I got stuck in the cobwebs. I went back and like I got like the whole fucking cobweb, and it was just like me all tangled up.
Yeah, it was completely covering the way the lights were like hit.
Yeah,
It was like a Halloween decoration from like
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
Like actually hitting
around
drums.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess one dynamic that I want to learn more about is just kind of the relationship between the drums and the bass. Because I know like it's really tied together, but
it's huge.
It's
Yeah.
the most important kind of working kind of part. I feel like is the rhythmic backbone.
Yeah, and like drums and bass can like it isn't always a drum kit and a bass guitar. Like it can be represented in so many different things of music, but that like connection between like and melody, like
yeah.
it's huge, and that's like what makes a melody do its thing. And a melody is like honestly what I've been realizing lately is a melody is what makes a groove like do its thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because like
No, that makes a lot of sense. Just the relationship between the two. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other, to be honest. Yeah. It I've been actually realizing that a lot recently because I've been working with Barnacle on their upcoming EP. I don't know if they've announced that, but yeah.
You could censor them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if need be, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry, Karsten. No, the actual like I've been thinking a lot about like the spatial relationship between the like the low end of a mix and the like the high end, you know what I mean? And that comes a lot into it when you're talking about groove and melody, you know what I mean? Because it's the same thing, you know what I mean? It's just thinking about it in a slightly different way. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, what do you mean by groove there?
Groove is it's hard to explain groove, but it's like the movement.
We're still figuring.
Yeah, we're not sure.
I get like the action of it is just like what you kind of bob your head to. That's the groove.
It's where the feeling is, the space in between. Like you could break it down like probably like in a professional setting, they'd say it's like the relationship between dynamic and time. But like it's really just like the feeling like that. Like anytime you try to play something and break it down to the milliseconds of when you're supposed to hit it or when you're supposed to play like that, it's not gonna work out. Like you just gotta feel it and like you're right. Some woo woo shit, but like
it makes sense.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Because I guess like my music experience is fucking with the keyboard. So I get like because I'm doing on the keyboard, you're doing both at the same time. Like you're doing the groove with one hand, but then you're also doing melody with the other hand.
Yeah.
So you just kind of I get where it's going.
That makes
I get where that's going.
Sure. I feel like keyboard like especially like it's so percussive. Like it's so and you're exactly doing the bass, you're doing the melody. Like you can do the whole fucking like composure of the song like with it, and you can like you can kind of do that on a guitar. Like you can like play with the like playing melodies while doing a bass line and like guitar and shit. But like piano is like a beautiful instrument for that.
Yeah, it's a really good one because again, like you can play a whole song on piano. Like every kind of component of it can be played at once with the piano. And you're right about like, I mean, I guess with everything else you can do it, but I feel like it takes more when you're learning the piano, you're learning that. And then like when you learn like, I guess like the bass or something, you're learning kind of one component of it, but you can do like the rest all at once.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's very true.
And that's what a band is. A band is like taking all those components and just splitting it and like giving each person like something to focus on.
It's
and,
the
like,
coming together of all the parts and the artistic values of each individual, which
all
is
that energy
something that we could talk about for hours.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Everyone is different and has different backgrounds and like I'm going to go to this note because I'm playing like this person, and you might go to this note because you're playing like this person because you learned this first.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I guess, if we want to get into that more, just kind of how like the band dynamic works with you guys. Like, how do you feel like you interact with each other and like just how, I don't know, how do you feel like you find that connection between each other even during music and outside of music too? Yeah.
I think one of the main points is just that we try to go to a lot of shows. You know what I mean? And just like hang out and be friends first.
Nice.
Before we even think about like grabbing instruments and being creative artistically together with the same vision. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I feel like on the creative aspect, like the huge thing is the jams. Like
that helps a lot. Jams are the main point.
Yeah, that's where like when you're trying to learn something together, like you're focused in on what you're doing and you're not like fully expressing yourself because you're like kind of breaking it down technique wise, so that way later you can like fully express yourself. But like when you're jamming, like it's anything, and that's what like where I feel like I really like understand their personalities even better than like how we interact like on a day-to-day level.
Yes, because again, like when me and Baron were kind of talking about it, music is to some people it's similar. Like it's music and also comedy. We kind of tied the two together. It's an indirect way to like address an emotion. So like when you are recognizing his indirect way of like addressing it, like you're understanding him is what you're doing when you're understanding his music, and the same like all the way around. And it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a way for you guys to communicate with each other without even having to
It's another
say anything.
language. Yeah,
Yes.
like, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what music is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's why jazz is so beautiful.
Yeah.
The origins of jazz, just people coming together who didn't speak the same language, just playing and like so many different musical backgrounds coming together to make one thing.
Yeah. It's just a beautiful like it's just a beautiful art form, dude.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what's my next segue here? Well, yeah, I definitely enjoy. Yeah, perfect. Good hat swap. Good point. Nobody saw that. I'll cut to the next question.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Action. Yeah. Okay, I guess tell me more about kind of what I'm going to tonight. So you're playing a bunch of songs that I've obviously never heard as well, or because I don't remember Como Backdoor that well because that was my second like show I had gone to.
For sure.
And this was still just like a dream in my head. I had like nothing built yet.
I got you. Yeah. So a lot of the songs tonight I guess we like to tell people that we're like an alternative punk band. You know what I mean? So like we like to play a lot of music that ranges, I guess, from like kind of a little bit of pop punk, just a touch of like, your catchy melodies and stuff, all the way to like more hardcore, would you say, right?
Right. Yeah. I like I don't know. I would describe us as like an amalgamation of most forms of rock. I mean, and that's kind of like
it's kind of proggy.
It's true. Yeah.
That's how like at least my personal influences range too. Like like all across the board from like metal to punk to grunge, which also was like an amalgamation of various forms of rock up to that point. And yeah, I just kind of like to use the general canvas of rock.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
But a lot of it falls into all rock and punk.
Punky.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like every one of our songs has like a certain like it sounds like nothing but nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's
it sounds like you. It doesn't sound like it's someone else.
Like, oh hey, we're playing a classic rock song, and then oh hey, we're playing like a pop punk song, and then
kind of get swingy with it sometimes.
Yeah.
You're right about that. It doesn't sound like it fits into like a genre, I guess. It sounds like it's you. You know? It's not like I could put it really in a playlist yet. I mean I could, but it's not like I don't know. It's not easy.
That's how a lot of bands are out here. Like I don't know Moombata, but Drug League, like they're their own thing. They're Drug League.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
I'm excited to see Moombata too.
Yeah, that's gonna be so
yeah, cool. I haven't listened to either of those. Just you guys. I tend to like go to shows without listening to it first anyway, just to learn about it.
I like gonna be different in life. Like no matter how good of clips people have, like you're not gonna get the bass, you're not gonna get the like kick and like the energy and shit.
Yeah. That's why I like going to shows so much, because you can like, even if bands have been in the studio or like produced a record or something, like you can go to their Spotify, listen to it, and like hear the song, but you don't get the vibe of the band or like you don't get the vibe of the song. You hear the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't feel when that lead singer just screams and you feel the blasted air like fucking hit you.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a very different thing, I feel like, the live nature of it. I love that.
Well, I feel like also, even with like with Rosie, for example, that's something where like when you listen to it online, I guess there's a lot more also like electronic noises. So when you hear it all, just pure like physical instruments, it is different, but it's sometimes it's better.
Her songs are completely like she works with producers for her like artist stuff, so like that's how she'll build songs. But then with the live stuff, like she wants them to be completely like sometimes like they're like different chord, like completely different keys, like fucking
Oh wow.
like we'll do it like way slow, way fast compared. And,
Yeah. That's somebody I want to get in here one day. You know? I got to reach out. And I didn't get a chance to really talk to her that night. I guess I did a little bit, but that night I didn't get enough conversation, and it was kind of my first night doing cameras and focused on that. So,
That makes sense. Yeah.
like webcams and shit. But
did you do you know if Bailey recorded from the soundboard?
no, he did not. He's still.
Is he able to do that on
He
his?
totally can. He
Word.
just hasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
start recording backdoor sets.
Yeah, definitely.
They're getting really nice.
No, definitely. What he said to me is he's still kind of just. He said he was still trying to figure out the board and how to do that. I feel like that wouldn't take him too long. Who knows?
I no, he's more skilled.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Yeah. No. He is a sound guy. I'm a guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also.
Bailey's the shit.
Yeah.
Fucking love him.
Yes. I'm trying to just kind of work with all the Como backdoor. So like Bailey and Henry and just all that to one set up like a more professional webcam system where I can run it from a computer too and have it and then record it as well.
Mhm.
And then just to like figure out all the chords and stuff, you know, get it all like taped down or something at least,
Yeah.
you know. Just a little bit prettier over there and kind of also you guys know where like you put all your band stuff. There's a bunch of other random shit over there. So if that was out of the way,
It's always like a chaotic, like,
Yeah.
obstacle course.
yeah, to get through there, and it would be nice to just have a nice path, you know, for the I guess the backstage people to get through.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know. I would talk to Henry about it.
Oh, I have. Don't worry. We've got plans. I think he's heard maybe 3 episodes now where I've talked about cleaning up the place.
Nice. I'm sure he's excited.
I assume he took the hint by now.
Yeah.
so.
Right.
Yeah, backdoor is great. I'm excited to see how Como Cribs
Mhm.
go. Like I went to a party there,
Yeah.
but I haven't been to any shows there.
It's a lot better now.
Yeah.
Granted, they don't do a PA system. It's all just done by the bands.
Mm.
So like they just have the space. That's it. But it was the bands are starting to play with the space more. So like Linus, Mold, you know those guys, Love Scare.
Yeah.
They, you know how they like to play with like their backs to the audience and all that. They played right in the middle of that garage, and then everybody surrounded them. That was really good.
I bet that was sick. Yeah.
So yeah, just more of that. I like what they're doing with kind of that space there,
Word.
Yeah.
and they're a good
I
venue
saw that
about
they
it.
Had a show recently. Like I wonder if they're gonna keep them going through the winter. It'll be warm enough.
Yeah, I
The winter's seeming warm enough so far.
yeah. Yeah, I went to that one recently. That had like Psyop, I Don't Hurt You, a couple other ones, one more metal show, and then I know that kind of with I just know that like the 3 owners are kind of transitioning who's going to be more in charge now, who's going to be more the leader of it next semester here. But it will keep going as far as I understand.
Good shit.
I mean, I'm going to keep going there and I'm willing to help. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what drives a scene is just people willing to do things.
Yeah.
And keep it alive. You know what I mean?
I was telling Santi yesterday. I was like,
I'm
not
sorry,
we.
Cal.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
so
funny.
glad you
So
came out, yeah.
I was saying we, not like we, like us to our bands, but like the scene, like the bands. We should hit this summer fucking hard. Like
Just go and
making shows like bigger and better and fucking like.
I'm so down. Let's do it.
Yes.
Putting, like,
Yeah.
Because I feel like we definitely get into like a rhythm of just doing shows like all the time, and like they start to feel the same. They start to like like I feel, but like anytime you put in a lot of energy to a show and you just like you have someone there like recording it, you have people there doing lights, so you have like all this like different shit going on, like
when it feels like a full production almost. Yeah.
and how like sometimes games or whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah, or even just like having like artists come sell.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That is huge.
I love when artists are at shows.
I do too. Yeah, no, that's like
Pink Place usually does that. They usually
does that a
have.
lot, yeah.
Yeah, just more like I guess like community with it when you go to the show. Just a little more with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what really drives the everything. You know.
Yeah. I think that's why I think another venue Sinkhole just opened up.
Okay.
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
I think I saw Instagram.
Another Como one, I believe.
Sick.
Yeah, that one I think it just started because they got like 2 posts.
Oh, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's just cool that more and more are opening up too, and just like I don't know, I feel like I'm having an effect on it too, just by putting it out there on the internet more and getting kind of all the footage and the pictures and all that.
Yeah, it definitely helps to just drive it to new people.
Yes. Like
and the documentaries of the
Yeah.
scene are fucking, they're dope. Like there's so many like the photographers and shit that just do it for the fucking passion of it.
yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan. That's a great one. Bring up Logan Kelmo there. Yeah.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, kills it.
I don't think I've actually ever said hi to him, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to actually meet him at Como Backdoor finally, or Como Crib finally. And that was great.
Heck yeah.
But that's always a tough venue to shoot just because of just how it's built. Like I have to hang from the rafters and shit to try and get good shots.
It would be cool to do like a fisheye lens, like if they're doing the center thing.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, wait, that's a great point. My just a segue here. Sorry. My brother, he has a 360 camera company in Iowa, and I want to convince him to let me use like one of his cameras for something like that. Like put it right in the middle, get the full 360 of everything. You could put it into VR and look around. Like it'd be so fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that.
But yeah, I love I think my entire goal here with like what I'm doing, I get maybe not my entire goal, but one of the goals is just like really to push more people towards going to live shows and live music in general, and kind of like staying away from more of the, I guess, the mainstream stuff. Like it's good, some of it's good, but it's also like you need the underground stuff in order for the mainstream stuff to ever actually happen. You know, you need to keep supporting the small artists in order for that to one day grow.
Like, there's no mainstream without an underground, and there's no underground without a mainstream.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
And I feel like Twin Cities, they're really good with that, like that symbiotic relationship, and like First Ave, like I think they're supporting the unionization. I don't know too much about what's going on there, but I know that
I'm not sure.
like they're always putting on local artists to like open up for touring acts and stuff, and like Amsterdam, fucking like
Amsterdam's
it's super easy to book a show there, and they have such a great like professional setup and like great opportunity if you're like starting out. Like this is definitely like the place to start out as a band.
Yeah, this area is like really good for it.
Yeah.
But then it's also like Minnesota. I don't know. Minnesota is so like there's so much happening in it, but so little is known like throughout the world of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a mini, maybe not. It's like a mini LA of music. Right. Or like LA is pretty, I guess, like design based, but yeah.
There's that like the art scene.
You're right.
They're very like defined here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a nice like there's a huge just like base of it. There's just so many people doing it, and so many like I don't know. I meet some people. I guess even like Baron from Nice and Blue, or like lawn chair dads, like people like that who like kind of just started and they're small, but like they're really good. I guess even you guys, when you look at you from an online perspective, seem like you're new and that you just started. But when you look at you guys from like your experience, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I've been playing music for a minute now with the boys.
So I'm excited for Serpents of Serenity.
Yes! Oh my god.
First show on January 8th. I kept fucking it up the other night.
I was like,
I was like trying to get like Moshe to go. And I was like, you gotta go on January 6th. You gotta go on January.
We're not playing that show, right?
No, I'm gonna be out of town.
No, yeah.
But they're
oh wait, I'm out of town too.
Yeah.
No.
But their lead singer fucking beautiful voice. He's like
Mhm.
just like been singing forever, like guitar player, like shreds and like I don't know. I know those two, but I don't know if the rest of them have been in bands before. But like it seems like they just kind of all came together and like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's like, I mean, yeah, that's sometimes like the best, or when it just kind of like happened, like overnight, they suddenly became a band.
Yeah.
That
But
could be
they've been
really cool.
practicing for a minute.
Oh,
That's
they've
the thing
been-
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't booked too many shows. They've just been like really grinding and like
Writing
the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, that happens with, I guess that happens with some bands. I mean, even like you kind of look at New Confusion, that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't expected as well, and then it's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's cool when that happens. It's almost like they're trying to keep it, secret for that big, like the promo at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like we didn't like hit a huge promo at the start, but like
Yeah.
Graham booked us a show before like we
Yeah,
playing
before we
together.
even like
It was just
had
a
a name,
concept.
honestly.
Yeah, it was a concept.
And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I have a show, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Mostly covers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we just play mostly covers and like a few songs. And,
Yeah, older songs of yours.
yeah, and it was
Most of
great
it that we
time.
still play.
Yeah.
But it was a really
Yeah.
good just like jump
Yeah.
into the water right away. That thing.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of it sets you a deadline. It's kind of like what I did here, where like I was signing up people for a podcast before I even had a studio to do podcasts, and so it's kind of just like scheduling people so I know by this time I have to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
It pushes you to actually do it too.
Yeah, to have a deadline really does make a lot of a difference.
Definitely.
In any kind of project, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got to set it yourself. Nobody's gonna set it for you anymore.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: you got to set it yourself, and then you got to tell people.
Yes, you're right.
Then if you just set it yourself, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I can like push that back a little bit. But if you tell people, they're gonna hold you accountable.
You're right.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I get so excited all the time and tell people about things, and then see if they come to happen.
I know sometimes you can tell them a little early too. I fucked up with you guys where I accidentally said that you were coming out this Monday on my story or something.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit! Like I realized that later.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully people just forgot. I've only got 100 some people right now,
You're fine.
so that's okay. But when it gets to maybe like 1,000 or something, I kind of want to be consistent and reliable for them.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And again, just keep learning every time that I do this.
Definitely. Yeah. It sometimes freaks me out when I like post a dumb story and nothing but nice, and then swipe up like 2 hours later, and it's like, oh, 300 people saw that. Like, oh, forgot we have people looking at that. Like, you can't just be dumb idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do I like your almost a lack of promotion in a way.
Yeah. It's because we can barely schedule things.
Yeah.
Ourselves. Yeah, it's tough.
Also, promoting it gets tough.
It does.
Like when it's just show after show. Like,
Yeah.
how do you keep it creative and like different?
Yeah. How do you get people to keep like clicking on that story and not like know that it's going to be the same thing again or like get bored of it,
Yeah.
That's always difficult. But,
So that's why like it's fun like to promote for a big show, like a show like you really want to make big and like go all out. But then you got a show next week.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
yeah.
Like, what do you do for that one? Just
Yeah.
throw a story up.
That's a good point. Like if everybody just came to the last one,
Yeah.
do you think they're going to be at the next one too,
Yeah, that's
Murph does really good promotions. They just do
That
like
is
really
true.
like funny like only the type of humor that the type of people that would listen to their music would enjoy. So they just work perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny when you can find bands that have like very niche like mannerisms like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got I've kind of been over this a little bit in prior episodes, but you kind of got like fans, you've got like regulars that kind of show up to everything, and then you've got like new people. And that's the key is like the people that just found you through the internet or something. They just found you online and we're like, that sounds good. I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could work well. I wonder if because I'm going to try and throw together some edits of tonight. But
yeah.
And the thing is, like, using like the audio is a critical part, and like using like what if I as like the background to the video of it, so then people can hear you and be like, shit, that's good. I want to see that next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what I can do with that.
Yeah. Yeah, do whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's fun. I kind of like I get to take all the footage, and whether or not I use it, we'll see. But I definitely will use tonight, just because my friend's got a way nicer camera too, with a mic on it, so we should be able to hear everything good.
Heck yeah.
And that'll be a lot better.
Yeah,
yeah.
Very low.
All right, I'll talk to him about it beforehand. Yeah.
We're very loud.
Mine's real small.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But they got a nice sound system.
Yeah. They do.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, you feel the punch in your chest. You're gonna feel that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been to White Squirrel before, but
Yeah.
I've heard it's a place.
Yeah,
It's a nice little bar.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And luckily, it's not too far from me anyway.
Yeah,
It's like 7 minutes that way or something.
Yeah, or whichever way it is.
Somewhere.
I don't know which way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think behind you is north. That's
Yeah,
south.
that would make sense then.
Yep.
Yep, that way.
All right. I guess one question is just.
Yeah, I didn't drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You lived like half a mile away from here for like a year. Really? You don't know where you are?
No, I know where I am just currently right now.
Okay.
Yeah. You were.
I don't know how many steps we fucking.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Well, were you sitting out there for like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so in the car or something?
Probably like 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a car pull up. And then like my neighbor got here at the same time too, and I was just like, all right. And somebody's sitting there too, waiting on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we were looking for Rich's car key that fell off when we were loading.
Yeah, we had all the gear for the show loaded in my car, and then we got to leave, and I pulled my carabiner out of my pocket, and my car key was not on.
It took like 15 minutes. That's probably how I were waiting.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just a little more backstory. I guess how long have each of you been playing like your instrument that you play now in the band specifically?
Who wants to go first?
I've been like, I started playing drum, like I fucked around on a kit in high school, and then like my junior year I joined band, and like they didn't have like a drum line. It was just like a kit, and like I played along to it. So like I kind of did that thing, but I never had my own kit. It was really like when I came out here in 2021 that I like really started like honing in and focusing on drums.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you played enough people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not play well.
Okay. Well, you played drums on tour in a production, so that counts.
So yeah, you got good pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm hearing there.
I was definitely like I started like I was playing guitar in a church band with my dad and my grandpa, and one service like that was the kid that I like first started like fucking around on, and like one service I just like did it for the service, and like so I was always able to like keep like simple shit and like roll with that.
Yeah. Yeah, even from like the beginning.
Yeah.
Cool.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I've been playing guitar kind of my whole life, honestly. Like I've been interested in it from like maybe like 1 or 2. I don't know. Like my first experience with the guitar was like my early childhood, like learning teacher would bring his acoustic guitar in sometimes, and I would just like be infatuated with it. Like, so I just knew that was my instrument, and I got one. I don't know. It was probably like 5 or something. Started messing around. My parents made me go to piano lessons first, which was probably good. Learned some music theory. And then went back to guitar because I got bored because piano's boring. But did some. Yeah, I went back to guitar, did some lessons, and then kind of just stopped for a while. I kind of fell off, and just got busy with like school, and I was doing some sports and just kind of hanging out. But it was back in probably my freshman year of high school that I like started to pick it up again, and I had learned enough to kind of just go from there. And yeah, YouTube was my teacher pretty much.
Shout
Yeah,
out YouTube.
shout out
Yeah.
YouTube. Woo.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't need
we're
to-
on YouTube.
Yeah, don't need to pay for guitar course. Fuck that.
Not for real.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
really, just watch as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, that
That's
is
what I did.
that is kind of a nice part about the music industry right now is that it's really easy for somebody to start learning. You don't have to like it's the cost to start has dropped a lot
Oh yeah.
because you don't need a professional teacher. You don't need. I mean, even the equipment's gotten cheaper too, which is nice.
That is true.
It's also flooded with a lot of guitarists now, but
Very true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Pick up bass, you'll be a lot
Yeah.
more useful
Yeah.
playing the scene.
exactly. Well, it's like every drummer is overworked and bassists just are elusive. Nobody can find a bassist anywhere.
Everybody needs.
But like when somebody finds a bassist, it's like they hold on to them so hard. Like I don't know a bassist yet. Maybe you'll be the different one that is in like multiple bands at once. Because I know the drummers do that all the time. I don't see it with guitarists, but
Yeah,
I mean, bassist and Rosie's in a few bands.
okay.
Chet or
Oh,
fuck
he's
Beck.
other Chet.
Yeah, other Chet. Our
Old
Chet
Chet.
is in
Oh.
the bands, but Beck, he's in like a bunch of different projects.
Yeah. Side note, is that Kellen in Rosie?
Yeah,
Isn't
Kellen
it?
on guitar.
Yeah, my friend just like went to high school with him or something. So that was
Kellen knows everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I know. I need to go back and look at it, but I know because you went to high school with him, I'm almost becoming like Nardwar, where it's not just that, but I know a bunch of information about him that I don't even think he knows. And then same with Why Not? Why Not? I've learned so much about them that I don't think like nobody knows. I don't even know if they know it. It's crazy how much I've learned. So I texted them. I gotta get a hold of them in person again when I see them in person.
Yeah, they're awesome.
But there's I'm starting to learn so much that like is under like I don't know, you want like it's just not public information. It's really funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, all right, Rich. How long have you been playing bass?
As far as bass goes, I started playing casually when I was about 16. I want to say I got an old Squire P bass from a family member of mine and just started plugging away on it. But before that, I had played guitar very casually, like tried to teach myself guitar for about a year or so. I had learned a lot of like the Nirvana and like the Ramones catalog on guitar, but never made it much further. But I really kind of fell in love with the bass. But yeah, after I started playing bass, I kind of like bounced between guitar and bass, just playing casually, like in my bedroom. Up until about 2019, I want to say, that was when I kind of started to kind of try to form bands, try to have like projects going on that ultimately never left the garage or basement that they took place in. Like a good like 3 or 4 like attempted projects until the beginning of 2022. My good friend Blake was playing in another project with these guys, and they were looking for a bass player, so I joined up with them, and that was my first time ever playing a gig. And then from that point on, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, but yeah.
I mean,
No worries.
From there, like it kind of just we played shows, and then we ended up wanting to do Rocky shit,
Right.
and then we did it.
Yeah. So
there's not much. Yeah, honestly.
So what I'm wondering, so like drums is almost like dancing, and then I know like guitar, it's very like expressive. how do you feel like bass? How does bass feel? Like, what is something else you can relate that to?
Sorry.
I don't really know if I have an analogy for it, but it's really just kind of being kind of the rhythmic backbone and kind of really being locked in, especially with the drums. But as far as we go, being a three piece, it's really intimate between the three parts, and we all kind of have to be locked in, like kind of.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's kind of one thing I do want to bring up, like the three-piece aspect. Like, it's just each one of us carries so much weight in how we sound, uh, that it really just makes for a really interesting dynamic. Because you could just do this tiny little thing, and we'll both pick up on it and hit it the second time around. You know what I mean? So, and
Oh
then
yeah,
it just lives and breathes, and yeah, it just music changes. It's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the three-piece aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've also realized with a couple different bands I've talked to, they really don't want to they don't want to break up their group at all when they're on an interview. Some of them do like to split up for interviews, but then like there's guys like you guys or like Big Delicious too, Kill by Kiwis, where it's like we want to have everybody.
Yeah.
We want all of us here because we're all a big part of this and we all carry a lot of weight. Especially with you three, like if one of you's out, you're missing a whole third.
Yeah, like if it's you and me or these two, it's not nothing but nice anymore.
Yeah.
It's Richard, Aaron, or Aaron and me, and like I just said that. Yeah, it's not the same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I think we really thrive in that for this project. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right, I gotta think of my next segue here. Oh yeah. I'll yeah, that's good. We can. This is perfect. I know when to cut now because it's like we lose our train of thought, it goes blank, and then you guys switch hats, and I can switch it to the next question. That'll be a fun episode.
Switch hats. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right. Good positions. Yeah, can I rip somebody's vape again?
Yeah.
Yeah, this a new one.
I bought a new one today.
Lost Vape Orion
That's my
Bar.
plan. I always treat the show kid a new. I just had to buy a new computer. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
Took a shit on me, or my other one did.
Yeah.
Wasn't fun.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was wondering. Kind of a segue here too is just what outside of music, what do you guys enjoy doing, whether together or just alone?
Music.
Yeah.
That's the majority of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll like get together and like cook a bunch of food at Evan's house or something every now and then. But that's, like for Christmas.
Yeah, honestly, like getting together outside of music is like jamming.
Yeah.
Or getting together outside of band stuff is like more jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
just playing, having fun with noise.
Yeah, and it is nice to like take breaks from it here and there and stuff. But like at any given moment, like a musician's just gonna want to be playing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of our friend group too is just super, super talented musicians. So that's all we want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just play and come up with new cool things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, like, again, I keep going back to Nice and Blue. Baron's been on my mind constantly, and I keep listening to his music. It's also like, when I go to editing, it takes about twice the time of recording to edit it all. So it's like, I get to listen through the whole thing again in a lot more detail and really understand it.
Yeah.
But in his case, ping pong is his kind of way to step away from it all. And
that's fun.
That's his, like, one thing a week where he gets to no longer like focus on the music and focus on everything else.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like my step away and do something else thing is kind of audio production. You know what I mean? Like I'm, like I said earlier, I'm working with Barnacle on their new EP that's coming out pretty soon, and we're getting pretty close to wrapping recording on it. Um, and that's I don't know, that's something that I kind of just enjoy doing, like the nerdy aspect of sound and audio and how everything fits together, and that I could talk out.
Yeah. I,
I
I think you're similar to me, where it's even off the clock, you're learning something new,
Mhm.
and like
About
whether
the thing that
yes, yeah, I've even over there's a VHS recorder that I'm working on
Oh, hell
hooking
yeah.
up so I can start recording shit on VHS too.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's gonna look super
Once you
sick.
get
Yeah.
that up and running,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll definitely be.
Well, right now
Well, you
the
should
only
record a
problem,
music video for,
yeah, that could be good. Right now, the only problem is that the battery doesn't work, so it's gotta be plugged in. But if I have an outlet nearby, it can work out pretty well.
Good shit.
Yeah, that was a cool find in my basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, Rich? You got any things outside of music you enjoy doing?
I'll not really.
Yeah, look at us. Yeah, look at us. We're just
But
fine.
like, most of the time when I'm not playing music, I'm listening to music. Like I work at a record store full time in St. Paul called Chibo. So like even when I'm working, I'm like constantly like listening to records, and like sometimes like I do need the occasional like break where I'm not actively like listening to music. So I'll like read a nice comic or manga or play a video game for a little bit, watch a nice film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that, it's mostly just kind of sleeping and music.
yeah, yeah. That can happen.
Yeah.
I like cooking.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. I guess
Just cooking.
a side question is like, do you know about production of records and how much it would cost me to make a mini version of like the podcast on records?
Depends.
I think it's a lot, as
Talking
far as I
vinyls?
understand.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as the vinyl
Yeah.
industry goes, I think you kind of need at least some sort of like major like connection. Like there are a lot of like even like medium like size artists that aren't able to get like vinyl pressed, like because there are only so many like pressing plants in like the U.S. like let alone the world, and um demand is only getting higher and higher for records,
Mhm.
which is a good thing, but also there's a lot of stuff that's just not able to get pressed on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's a different mixing to it all, right? Or like mastering or something.
Yeah.
If there
There's
is
a lot
like if there is like a smaller like kind of production kind of market for vinyl, I don't know about.
Okay.
I think there's like third party things you could go through, kind of like whatever it's called for the streaming things, but like that make it more accessible. But
Okay.
what I've seen is like it's really expensive until you start making like a mass like quantity of them.
Yeah, you're right. There's no, because like as far as my merchandise goes, it's like press by order, which basically means when somebody orders it, then I make it on the spot,
Yeah.
and there's nothing for vinyl for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, you have to bulk order everything.
I bet because it's probably made with a mold, and that mold costs a lot of money to make. So when you make the mold, you might as well make a whole bunch anyway.
Yeah, I'm not. I know nothing about the actual production of records.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like the actual like physical production.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the audio side,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Another side note. What do you like to cook?
Anything, whatever's there.
Yeah.
Just figure out how to make it taste good.
Okay.
You always do.
Yeah.
Always do.
I know.
I like have been working in restaurants since I was younger, and I've been unemployed for the past like since summer or like since the end of summer.
How you pulling that off, by the way? Because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saved up a lot. I was on unemployment for a while, then just like DoorDash but now I'm about to leave the country for a little bit, and when I get back, I have a job lined up, and I'm gonna start working again.
Cool. Yeah, I started DoorDashing now. I realized I need some sort of income to make this work.
It's nice,
Yeah.
especially if like you're like in the mood to like listen to a podcast or like listen to a stand-up special or something. Like
Yeah.
you can just really like fly through. And
Yeah, I've got well, it's also like there's some people that are coming on the podcast where I don't have an opportunity to see them live beforehand, and that always sucks because then I don't get to, you want to see them live before you interview them, but I can still, DoorDash and listen through all their music and start to understand more about just what they're doing.
That's always a good thing to do.
Yeah, multitasking even when you're DoorDashing or whatever.
You can always be listening.
Yeah.
You see that video of the dude like recording while he was while he was Ubering someone?
Oh, I think like he's making a song. Like yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff. That's always so funny.
Best way to get in a car accident.
Yeah.
The shit hit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I want to do is take a Friday once I'm able to do Uber and all that. Because, on Friday nights or Saturday, normally you're out doing stuff. You're out experiencing, you're going to an event or whatever.
Yeah.
It would be kind of fun to do an Uber 1 or 2 nights just to like see what everyone else is doing. Talk to all the people and talk about what they're coming from, what they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would just be fun. You can clip it and throw it on YouTube too.
Definitely, yeah. No, I've seen videos of that. I have watched so much, just like random crap on YouTube, especially during the pandemic. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Once I build the fan base and the base content, I want to start just like doing fun videos that are like that are almost that you wouldn't expect at all from a guy that does music interviews. For example, you guys know like the lawn care videos on YouTube or like the power washing. Just drop one of those out of nowhere, and people are like, "Wait, what the fuck? Like, this isn't what he does." Same thing with an Uber video or something. Just like what. But just keep pushing. I'm just gonna build the base first,
Yeah, that's the hard part. You got to build the fan base first.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I've got some really funny ideas. Last night we came up with some. I'll expose one of them, but it's the idea because I was at this kind of party and they took the like the McDonald's like number 9 thing, the track, like the stand.
Yeah.
Turns out it's a tracker too, so like they know where if you take it, they know. They know where it is. So we thought of the idea of like basically a bounty hunter for those types of things. There's like a video where like this guy in a suit shows up at your door and like takes you down to the ground. Like just some fun shit with that. Hunts you down for the McDonald's stand.
Like the order number?
Yeah. Those things.
Knock at your door at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Your meal is ready.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get just better at the cinematography and like creating videos like that. Just like create almost like an Almost Friday type of deal. Those guys.
Yeah.
I love that shit. It's fun. Oh, I had a. Yep. Good moment.
Who's taking one? You taking one.
No.
I got a big.
I got a small one.
Oh wow, nice. 6:30 right now. So what do we actually do? You want to do a little intermission here? Grab water, food, or water, use bathroom.
Yeah, I could use the restroom.
Yeah. Oh, what was I was thinking? I don't know.
Just right when you hit record. Always.
Always happens.
Always.
Well, it's always like the recording aspect doesn't matter because it pretty much runs constantly, except for like when we step away. But yeah, fuck, I'll get it. I'll get another question for you. I'll get one in a moment. This is.
It's gonna be really fun. I think the next one after this comes out is Pillar Forum on the 26th with Jonger. I haven't hit them up in a minute, and somebody else that we don't know who yet.
26th
Of
of
January.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Friday or a Saturday.
At
I don't
Pillar.
remember. At Pillar Forum. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have
so you should
cocktails
come.
now.
They have cocktails.
And food. I don't know if they have their kitchen up and running, but they.
Do they plan to?
Yeah, they got a food
That's
license too.
dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be so
And they're
awesome.
expanding into the main
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
excited.
think that's gonna happen near March or something.
Yeah.
We gotta book another show. Or get us another show.
Please.
Well, that's the thing with me being 20 is that like if you guys can convince them to let me come take pictures, then fuck
Well,
the
I
12
think
plus.
they're still probably gonna do all age shows.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah. I don't know how that works.
And-
Strictly, like maybe after like a certain time, as most bars.
Yeah. It would probably be even if they do all ages shows, it'd have to be a cutoff by 10.
Yeah.
Because that's a law, I'm pretty sure.
For like alcohol cutoff or
Minneapolis.
yeah.
Just like
or just for like events.
Yeah, for events with like all ages events.
I guess 9:30. It's either 9:30.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 because that's when places start only being a bar.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
You're right. Yeah. Instead of a bar and grill type deal.
That's what it is like up north. At least.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's exciting.
We've been going to a lot of people's houses and like shows.
Yeah.
And established events.
Yes. I like all the house venues popping up. That's just beautiful. I really like that.
Yeah. I always love a house show way more than I love like a big like. See, like shows in Amsterdam are fun.
Uh-huh.
They're fun as hell, but like people are like 20, 30 feet away. Like
we can't fill that space. We don't have the
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah. Like I would rather like people like 3 people come to White Squirrel and it's full.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Well, what's great about White Squirrel too is that like it has its like crowd of like regular patrons that are like there no matter who's playing, and like especially like the fact that like every show there is free.
Like
watching
people
nobody come tonight. It's just gonna be empty. Not even
yeah, that'd be funny. Damn, I'm trying to think of a good ending question. I need this for future episodes too. How I can have a nice wrap up, 15, 20-minute question of sorts.
So like recording things, we're getting, I was talking about it earlier, we're getting super close to recording our album.
one more song.
We're about to write one more song, which is going to come up in this next month here.
hopefully in drop D.
Hopefully in drop D. Yeah, hopefully in drop D. Yeah.
3 songs in drop D, and we could just roll through them.
Drop D block.
Yeah. More guitars. Even though I like bringing guitars. Guitars at shows are fun. No, but we are thinking about doing it at F5 Sound House in Minneapolis with Owen, and have my buddy Kevin from who does a lot of shit, master it. So super, super, super excited for that. That's
Owen who?
I don't know his last name.
Was okay.
I don't know his last name. No, he's big time.
Yeah, I think it might be the Owen that worked with my friend Leo Otto for a while, but
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't met him. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If it's the Owen I know, he's really, really good. He's really good at being an engineer and all that.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. That'd be cool. Maybe one day he'll hear this too.
Yeah.
He'll hear the shout out.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really excited. Haven't met him yet, but Kevin's been talking it up. And Kevin mastered coming down.
Yeah.
And gave me a lot of like mix help, I guess. He just gave me a lot of like good things to do with the mix. Like he heard it a lot of times, and what are the words I'm trying to say, boys? He gave me a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, feedback.
Yeah, that's the word.
He's a grandmaster of
He's the
noise.
grandmaster. Kevin is the grand.
Yeah.
He's the guru.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the Rick Rubin of Guitar Center.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, like I mix all of our stuff as of now, and I'm planning to do that for this record if they let me. Because
I'm not doing it.
It'll be way cheaper too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited for that. But we want to go record it at F5, and thinking that's going to be really, really exciting.
Cool. Yeah. No, like I'm trying to figure out just more about how that side of things work as far as getting it recorded and just like price and all that. And
That expensive though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like there's, and even where we're going, like we could do it there, or we could do it there in the big room, and it's $100 an hour difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the price of what he was saying was, or what Kevin was saying at least, is like it's literally $100 more an hour to like on top of whatever you would be paying to get it done. You know what I mean? So you spend 6 hours recording in the big room, that's $600 you're paying more.
Yeah.
So it adds up quick, but you're recording on an old ass Neve console, and it sounds just beautiful and lush and spongy and just incredible because it's recording on analog gear from
Okay.
forever ago. You know what I mean? So
And
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's totally worth it.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're going into a recording studio and you're just producing the whole thing there, like that's where it starts to rack up. But I think what we're gonna try to do is just like live track, at least get the bass and the drums there, especially in like guitar parts, like
just
kind of
in it so that we can go back and well, I definitely want to do guitar parts at the studio as well.
Yeah.
I think we'll do them as overdubs so that we can make them sound right.
Yeah. So you're paying like a lot for the time and the people and everything involved in the space, and then when you go there, you're just like you have a plan when you go there, so you use that time wisely. Obviously, hopefully.
I did have an experience recording an album with another band I'm with, Untitled Eyes, where like we had the album like mostly done, or it was like them they Evan and Basil, they wrote the album and they had it like mostly done with just like some pieces here and there, and we went into it like we jammed and we played, but then there was a lot of just that like working on it and making it in the studio versus where these songs were kitty's going crazy.
Yeah, that was a cat doing something. I'll figure out whatever that was later.
Guitar.
But we've been playing these songs and gigging these songs, and even the new ones that we have, that like we've just had them in for a few shows now, and they already like are starting to like have life and develop. So
that's a really big thing with us that I think we try to do is like once we write a song, the song is about halfway done at that point. You know what I mean? Like once we have a fully done song, it's only halfway done because we have to let it live and breathe and the live aspect. You know what I mean? Like see what the crowd, how the crowd will respond to it, because that might have an effect of like, oh, maybe we want to do a verse here instead of a bridge, or like just go back to the hook, like and
how you respond to it, like when you're in a live setting, you're definitely more instinctual, and like you'll start to notice like, oh, like it'll make more sense if like whatever it does.
Again, back to Baron. A good point of that is you guys have more of what he finds difficult, and what I think a bunch of other bands do too, is just kind of like the almost design side of it, like how you're designing like not just a song, but also just the layout of how you're going to be there, the production of everything, and just all of that. He just wants to make music, and I think with bands you tend to see a lot more of that design of how do we want to portray ourselves and make it like I guess you react more to like the audience and all that.
Mhm.
In his case, he just does it because he wants to put it out there. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's
It's-
something to be said about that too.
Yes.
With us, like we definitely like will take the audience's perception, but I mean, at the end of the day, like we don't give a fuck. It's our music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
like, who cares what people think? That's one of
Yeah.
the biggest traps, actually, that I think is super easy to fall into. You know what I mean? If just like, oh, like what can I put out there that's gonna get me more views and more likes and more this. Okay, but what can I put out there that's gonna make you happy about
where's my art?
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with recording art, like because it's definitely two different worlds, live music and recording music, and like way different like mindset going into it. But that's a very similar thing where like making something for someone else, like it's beautiful, like making something for the intention of like people being happy or people whatever. But if you're making something to like fit into somebody's box, like then you've already lost it.
Yeah, and that's even the same with like what I'm doing. I can't make something, that I think people. Well, I can kind of have fun doing that in the content world, where like you can kind of do trendy stuff and stuff like that. But again, you got to do it because
gotta do shit that makes you laugh. Gotta do
Yeah.
shit that like
yeah, I find funny and I enjoy because
there is fun in that though. Like I know a lot of people that have a lot of fun of like, oh, what is gonna get the most clicks? And the second that they find that, it's the best thing ever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they strive for that journey of, okay, what's gonna get people's attention? You know what I mean?
yeah, and
But that's also a very difficult business to be in.
but most of the time that's not about being trendy or like getting something that a lot of other people will like. It's more about just being unique and then other people will like it more. It's even with comedy where like the best jokes are true. Like the best jokes are like real experiences people had. And yeah, same with music is like the best music can be things that like you can almost tell that it wasn't fabricated in a lab, Yeah.
Oh, this is
It's a fun way to say it.
something. Holy crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you can really tell that there's just like intention behind every word.
Yeah.
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 That's one of the most fun things I find about just listening to people's shit is just figuring out like what did you mean by this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lyrically and also like musically. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when you played this thing, what did you mean by this? Because I mean, in my opinion, music is just a conversation between different parts.
But it's a much better language for conversation in that like you don't necessarily have to mean a specific thing. Like music exists in that part of your brain that is just like chaotic and like not honed in on one thing. It just is everything all at once. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tied to like the emotion side for sure. Yeah, you have two aspects of it because there's the logistical side of like the skill of playing the instrument, and then there's the emotional side of just kind of like how I don't know how to describe it, but there is an emotional side in there. It's hard to describe, and that's one of the things of music is that it's meant to be a little obscure for what you mean.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
yeah,
I run into that every day at my job when I work at Guitar Center. Whenever anybody asks me, "Hey, what does this pedal sound like?" and then I have to try to describe sound with words.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
you just start to imitate it, like
yeah, yeah, yeah. You should definitely do that. Definitely.
Jared Don's video. You seen it?
Shout out Jared.
Yeah, shout out Jared.
Yeah.
We're talking about him earlier today, weren't we? Were we?
from Subway.
Yesterday.
Not Jared.
Yesterday.
Cut the part where he mentions Jared.
Yeah. I'm hyped though. This next year is going to be a lot of work and a lot of It's just a lot of fucking work. Honestly, like it's gonna be balls to the wall, just planning and organizing and uh going hard with shows and getting the music recorded. And
Yeah, we want to try to do some out of state shows this summer and
Yeah.
start to like expand the audience and shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully hitting like Wisconsin and Iowa. And
Chicago.
Good.
Yeah, Chicago definitely this summer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm starting to.
2024 has a lot in store for it for Nothing But Nice. It's gonna be fun.
I think it does for so many people. They're just because we're finally like, not finally out of COVID, but it's more like that. Like I think a lot of people are still recovering from that. And I guess like we're out of it, so a lot of bands and artists and everybody has gotten back into it, and now they're all getting ready to start putting it out there more again and getting back involved in the community more.
That is true.
You know, they took that time to practice and get it all ready. So yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm excited for just everything coming. I'm really excited for the summer
Yeah.
because like I got into this in the winter, and summer is going to be better here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the winters are the off season.
Yeah.
The off season.
I've still got this many people to talk to, and that was a watch check.
Well, that's why. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I guess this is a good time for all the bands too to get in here and talk about it during the winter here.
Yeah, because it's gonna be balls to the wall. Show.
Yep.
In the summer. I want to book some festival gigs. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Well, we should definitely make kind of more planned out, like come with backdoors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that would be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it actually happen this year.
Yeah, make it like similar to. Oh yeah, no, it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
We did like some sort of festival thing there. Well,
Oh yeah, what was that?
I forgot what it was.
I don't remember what that was called. Do you remember?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. We played a like festival thing, but it was we were competing with the state fair literally.
Oh.
And I think it was who was playing? Who were we competing with that night? That was
At the state fair?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it was somebody fucking hilarious. I don't
Was
remember.
it Young Gravy?
Yeah, I think we were competing with honestly. Yeah. That was the same. Yeah, so it made sense that people didn't
Gravy,
show up.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stole our crowd.
Still
Yeah.
Talking to you, Young Gravy.
See, that's the fun part is every time some name is mentioned, I then get to tag them and see if they respond, which is it's worked 50% of the time.
Damn, that's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, my Spotify Wrapped, I got a bunch of my favorite artists now like follow me, and one of them I talk to them on Discord now.
Hell yeah.
And that's just it's fun to do that. Or like Dunwoody, I would tag them in a post and then they put me on their story.
That's dope.
This
Yeah.
chilling Young Gravy now is gonna get he's gonna get one.
Damn gravy.
Yeah, I know. That's tough. That's a tough night. Man,
Yeah, I know that it would be really fun to start getting stuff going.
yeah,
Start
definitely.
getting stuff going.
Start getting stuff going.
2022,
I'm tired.
2024.
Yeah. Well, it starts tonight. You know, this is the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I'll get you a bunch of footage. There'll be some edits, this week coming out, and that'll drive more people your way too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm excited for all of it. Well, I guess you guys got a quick like elevator pitch for stuff you got coming up and where people can find you.
We have a website, nothingbutniceband.com.
With a CPP.
What?
CBD.
With a CBD, more like
THC.
HTTPS. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, the shit you just made.
The shit I just made?
Yeah.
Oh, an EPK.
EPK.
Yeah.
What's
we
that?
made an
Yeah,
electro.
we're professional venues.
Yeah.
Bookers, hit us up.
We made an
We got an EPK.
electronic press kit. It's got
Whoa.
a little bio and it's got some pictures and some links to some videos.
Nice.
We're professional.
No, yeah, getting out there.
Did that at 3:00 in the morning.
Dude, that's when the best like web design happens.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
On cracked Photoshop.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, all right, nice. Yeah.
bleep that part out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think should we just wrap it up there? Grab some food or whatever here.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, it was great having you guys in today.
Thanks for
Mhm.
having us. Yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
come back at some point.
Yeah, I think you guys might be the first where I'll schedule you for like a year here out because I'm trying to get that set up so that just in a year I have the same people come back again and just see where they're at.
That would be
Throughout the
super
year.
sick.
I think that would be really good.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
down. I'm very, very down. That would be a good time. Oh, and we can always have a single Santa.
Yeah.
Like July.
Yeah. No, that's just our thing now.
Yeah, Santa hat. One Santa hat.
Love it.
Perfect. And I got a little spiel, but thank you everybody for watching. And then fourth episode of MisMatched.Socks. It's been good. I had nice and blue and fuck. I had them yesterday. Oh, I had nothing but nice. Dude, it was almost the same acronym. It's very close.
Our name right. Let's get out of here.
Fuck, what a shitty interview. All right, peace everybody.
Now we're nothing but mean.
Yeah.